Welcome in. Picture this. It's Friday night, your kitchen is firing on all cylinders, but behind those beautiful plates lies a silent profit killer hiding in plain sight. This breakdown tackles one of the most important but most misunderstood parts of running a restaurant: food cost. At first glance, food costing sounds simple. Just compare what ingredients cost against what you sell. But reality is far messier. Restaurants face rising ingredient prices, volatile supply chains, and razor-thin margins, so rough estimates are no longer good enough. If chefs and operators keep guessing, profitability slips away plate by plate. So before we get into formulas and tactics, let's frame the big idea. Accurate food cost analysis is not back-office trivia. It is a survival skill. Let's peel back the layers of this onion together. Here's the question that should keep every restaurateur awake at night. What is the true food cost of a dish? And how accurately can a restaurant calculate its food cost percentage? That matters because restaurants often operate on margins of just 3 to 5%. In other words, even small costing errors have outsized consequences. A dish can look successful because guests love it and sales are strong, yet still damage the business if the ingredient math is wrong. Eggs, butter, poultry, they have all skyrocketed. And most kitchens are still using gut feelings and rough estimates to price their menus. Once prices shift, that damage accelerates fast. The stakes go far beyond accounting. They touch menu pricing, promotion strategy, portion control, and ultimately whether the business is thriving or merely getting by. Guessing isn't just risky. In this economy, it's potentially fatal. And this is where the real problem emerges. Most costing errors do not come from one giant mistake. They come from a stack of ordinary shortcuts that compound with every dish you serve. First, many kitchens ignore yield loss. You are paying for the whole onion, but only serving 68% of it, yet costing it at 100%. Second, kitchens often buy ingredients one way and use them another. Whole lemons become grams of juice, pounds of onions become cups of diced product, cases become portions. Without proper conversions, the math drifts far from reality. Third, recipes are often not specific enough. Words like can, tub, slice, or just onion without prep details create ambiguity, and ambiguity creates inaccurate costing. These aren't minor hiccups, they are systematic failures, and the old way keeps falling short because it relies on assumptions exactly where precision is required. So what is the better approach? A disciplined costing method that combines business-level tracking with recipe-level precision. At the top level, food cost percentage is calculated using the formula beginning inventory plus purchases, adjusted for transfers, minus ending inventory, all divided by total sales. But accurate costing depends on better recipe construction underneath that formula. Our framework breaks it into 5 essential tips. Tip 1. Always bake in your yields. Account for every peel, every trim, every bit of waste. Tip 2. Master proper unit conversions. Translate how you buy into how you cook with mathematical certainty. Tip 3. Be surgically specific about prep actions. Slice, dice, brunoise, each affects cost differently. Tip 4. Cost every single component, not just the protein. And tip 5. Track costs continuously, not just at month-end inventory. Standardize the recipe, standardize the measurement, and your food cost percentage becomes meaningful instead of misleading. Let me show you the findings that should make your jaw drop. Take that onion you think costs $1.23 per pound. After peeling and brunoise prep, you are left with just 68% yield. Your real cost is $1.78, a 45% increase you never accounted for. And fresh mint? At $10 per pound, you are actually paying over $20 per pound once stemming loss is factored in. But here is the real killer. Being off by just a quarter per steak dish, selling 50 plates a day, means you are hemorrhaging $600 every single month on one dish alone. These aren't rounding errors. They are profit assassins hiding in your mise en place. Once yield is properly accounted for, ingredient economics transform dramatically, and those tiny details, measured correctly, create major financial clarity across your entire operation. So what does accurate food costing mean for your restaurant tomorrow morning? The real-world implications are transformative. When operators calculate food cost percentage with precision, menu engineering becomes an exact science rather than a gamble. You can confidently identify your most profitable dishes, spotlight them in promotions, and quickly pivot when wholesale prices spike. You can price with confidence, knowing every item covers its true cost plus your target margin. You can negotiate better with suppliers because you understand your exact usage. Cost per serving becomes especially powerful for complex dishes where a single unit cost does not tell the whole story. And this applies beyond dinner service. Bakers, caterers, and fast casual operators all benefit when food costing becomes a living management tool rather than a static worksheet. This is how a chaotic kitchen becomes a precisely tuned business machine. And that brings us to the paradigm shift. Food costing cannot remain a rough estimate handled occasionally after the creative work is done. It has to become part of how recipes are built, tested, priced, and updated over time. The future is more integrated and more dynamic. Kitchens need systems that reflect how chefs actually think about ingredients, yields, and prep, while still giving operators reliable financial control. As we move into 2026, volatile input prices reward businesses that can update costs quickly and act on them decisively. The shift from spreadsheets to dynamic, AI-assisted platforms is already underway, and operators who make that transition stop merely surviving supply chain chaos and start commanding their culinary economics. The paradigm shift is simple but profound. Stop treating food cost as an accounting chore and start treating it as a strategic operating discipline that empowers culinary creativity without risking the bottom line. Let's bring this home with your action plan. Remember the 5 essential tips. 1. Always calculate yields. Every peel, every stem, every trim counts toward your true cost. 2. Convert units precisely from the way you purchase to the way you cook. 3. Document every prep action with specific measurements so your recipes leave no room for ambiguity. 4. Cost every component on the plate, not just the star protein. And 5. Track costs continuously, with every new invoice, every price change, every yield test. Mastering your food cost percentage means taking control of your financial health rather than playing guessing games. You did not get into this business to do math, but the chefs and operators who embrace precision costing are the ones still thriving and growing. So take that first step today. Pick one recipe, calculate its true cost, including all yields and conversions, and see the difference for yourself. Your profit margins will thank you. Now go turn your kitchen into the profit center it was always meant to be. Like and subscribe for more helpful videos like this. Connect with Forks for the experienced accounting professionals your restaurant needs. Details in description below.